YouTube finally decides to wake up. YouTube finally decides to wake up. YouTube was taking forever to connect the stream, to connect OBS to the stream. So we might have lost a couple minutes, but it was YouTube's fault. I could go a couple minutes over. I don't think Mosh would mind if I went one game over the time limit. But finally, sorry to keep you guys waiting another 2-3 minutes. It was YouTube's fault this time. Things kind of went rough once the whole thing with the crash of the last stream happened, but we're back to normal, I hope. So here we are. Welcome everybody to the final stream of the K&M Splatfest for September 2020. Takeaway food versus homemade food. How would you rather have your food prepared for you? Would you rather have it taken out from a restaurant or fast food joint, which was my entire Subfest theme last month? Or would you rather have your food made from home, from scratch, from zip, that sort of thing? But how's everyone doing? Please be sure to have an H or a T in your Switch username when you do send me friend requests. And I will be getting the battle set up very, very promptly. Everything's sounding okay in the stream so far. Let me make the code 0920. The code is 0920. I don't have a 3 times thing in here because I was a little lazy in getting it set up. But I should hopefully by the next K&M Splatfest. I was just running really late on this thing. And now we gotta set up our shifty stations. Okay, that's it. I've learned what the 3 are. It's Zappy Long Shocking, Kronkos Rolonium, and Maze Dasher. But please be sure to have a T or an H in your name so I can put you guys on the right team. Like, I'll start once we get a 3v3, and I can fill for either team. Even if I don't have attack, I can fill for either team that needs the player. And I have no idea who's winning or anything right now, but that's how it is. So, that's just how the whole thing is. What's past? 0920. And then, while I'm at it, I'll check friend requests, because I know we just started. Okay, I don't have any. I did take all my friend requests at the end of the last stream. And I'll reset like every 2 or 3 games. There's not too many people just yet. I know YouTube was kind of being a little slow in notifying teams and whatnot. We got 3 T's and 1. We need a couple homemade people, because a 3v1 is not gonna work out. We need 2 more people on Team Homemade in the lobby. Just get ready to... Oh, don't be surprised, Mario Wolf. And this is also my first custom Splatfest since the chicken versus egg one had ended, so... But here we are. You know, for the sake of things, Oh, never mind. We got ourselves another homemade, so we could get a 3v3 going. going. It's just so we could get a 3v3 going. I don't have attack, but I'm filling in for the team, so it could be a 3v3. And we're in frickin' Black Belly Skate Park. But hoping everyone's having a pretty good day. So far. I'm personally having a rather nice day. I have not done any of these custom Splatfests in so long, so I'm gonna be a little out of shape for it. But there's gotta be some people, exclamation vote if you guys need the vote form, and then add a T or an H to your Switch username, so I know which team you're on when you do send me a friend request. I'll take them whenever we set the room, so just be sure to let me know when you do send me a friend request, because the notification is turned off. For now, at least. It's just because I got so many of them that one time, and I'm slowly growing into becoming quite the channel with quite a decent amount of streamers, so I just want to not have that come every 30 seconds or something. Good try, but no. Good try, but no. You're still mine. But I don't think too many people are playing this because Mario 3D All-Stars just came out like yesterday. We played a little bit of that this morning as we waited for the Salmon Run to open up. I was not in the Stingray, yo! I was not in that Stingray attack! Ah, victory is so sweet. Hey, Speed, what's happening, mate? Nice to see ya. Welcome to the stream. How did Mario go for you this morning? I saw you streaming Mario, couldn't catch you before because I was streaming Summer Run at the time, but how you doing, mate? We're doing the K&M Splatfest now. It's takeaway versus homemade. Wow, I did pretty good that match. The passcode is, I believe, 0920 if anyone wants to participate in the lobby. And we got a lot of people. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 T's, and okay, we can get a 4v4 going. I can spectate finally, and then we can get our homemates and our takeaways together. There we go. Now I can rest easy peasy. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good, thanks for asking. I did start my stream at like 2 hours before the Salmon Run even opened. So I did a little Mario 64 myself. I do enjoy the 3D remakes so far. Well, yeah, I do enjoy the 3D Mario so far. From when I played at 64, I'm like, oh, the memories. I didn't get that far at 64 or Sunshine. So those two are going to be mostly blind experiences for me. But Galaxy, I still remember that game really well. I'm just more excited for 64 and Sunshine at the two personally. You have fun with 64? I had a feeling you would have fun. And I was honestly expecting you to start with Mario Galaxy first because of how much you've been streaming Mario Galaxy 2 and whatnot. So I was just kind of surprised to see you start with Mario 64. But I'm most excited to do Mario Sunshine at the 3. And I know a couple people were messaging me last night going like, Subspace, you should do Mario Galaxy first because Subspace is in your name. And I just have to laugh at that. It's like, now that you mention it, space is in my name, and space is a part of Mario Galaxy. So, yeah, space is a big concept to the Mario Galaxy universe. I'm going to reset the room after this match because this is our second game, but we're doing good. If you guys want to vote, do exclamation vote. You'll get access to a vote form. It's also linked in the description if you guys can't find it. And be sure to add a T or a H in your Switch name so I know if I'm going to put you on Team Homemade or Team Takeaway. The theme is takeaway food versus homemade food for the K&M Splatfest this time. Just think like orders on to-go or fast food joints from like Taco Bell or Applebee's or something versus whatever you make at home with like your bacon and eggs on a Sunday or something like that. I like both, but I'm more of a homemade type of guy than I am a takeaway guy. Plus I like the color green way more than the color orange. I was just saying I like both of this, so I could easily go both teams in this Splatfest. And it's looking like Team Homemade's struggling a bit. Oh, I need to keep track of score before I forget. Homemade took that first game of the stream. If the vote form is given the wrong, if the vote command is given the wrong link, let me know now so I can fix this. While I am on spectate and everything, let me know if it gives the wrong one right away. Also, if you guys stick around until the end of the stream, I may not be rating somebody, but I will be taking you guys to a premiere on my channel of the Chicken vs. Egg rematch compilation highlight reel that I've been hyping up for the longest time. So I'm sure you guys are going to be really excited to see how that turned out. It took me and my editor about a month to prepare this video, so I really hope you guys sit down and appreciate it. Seems to get the right form. Okay, I just want to make sure it's given the right link. Because I know a couple times Speed did that, and it gave him the wrong vote link. I forget if it was at the Subfest, and it gave the K&M form, or the other way around. But I definitely know that happened to him a couple times. So I just want to make sure right away before people are like, Subspace, this is the wrong form. It's looking like both teams are doing pretty good right now, but Team Takeaway has the advantage in people that are alive at this current point in time. Passcode, the passcode's gonna be 0920, but I'm resetting the lobby after this match, because this is the second game of this rotation. The first one was just a 3v3, but it's just so we could get the game started. Because we already ran a little late with YouTube messing up with linking the stream at the beginning. So we did start about 5 minutes in because YouTube messed up this time. But we're having a really good Saturday so far. I always enjoy the streaming thing, and I also want to point this out real quick, guys. Let me open up my YouTube studio. This might have changed a little bit since then. Okay, let's tap it more. Once the studio opens, I think that's a win for Takeaway, but we'll let Judd be the fact decider. Okay, Team Homemade takes this win, actually. Jeez, poor Amy. She's not winning any of these K&M Splatfests. But yeah, guys. I figured I should let you know this now. We are 18 subscribers away. 18! We are 18 subscribers away from 2,300. I really hope we can break 2,300 today. 18 subs away from that milestone. It's a small one, but it's gonna get us ever so closer to our 2,500 for the end of the year. 0920 is the passcode, and I check for friend requests every 2 matches so I could get all you guys added, and that was rather close. Don't jinx it, Sola. Don't jinx it. Because your team may be winning right now. Don't jinx it to cost it at the end. Let me get the shifty station set. And I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten any of them yet. 0920, if you're in the last lobby that played a match, wait 10-15 seconds before getting in this one so we can get other people in. We got we got our 4 T's and 2 H's. We just need 2 more H's and then we can get a match started. The popularity looks very close this time, because I haven't had to put anybody on spectate yet, so that's good news for us. I mean, I did have to film for a homemade player because, well, the stream just started at the beginning. We got 1, 2, 3. We need 1 more homemade and then we can get a 4v4 going. Welcome, Red the Octo. Be sure to vote and then add a T or an H in your Switch name so I know what team you are on. Let's get the vote form for you real quick, because we are doing a K&M Custom Splatfest today. That's organized by the one and only MSplatfest. His link is in the description below. Well, Amy also. I'm used to saying Kayla, but she changed her name since the last time I hosted one of these to Amy. That's something I still need to get used to. Alright, spectate, homemade, takeaway, homemade. Reaper played the last lobby, so I'll make him spectate this round. It was only because she played the last lobby, and I want to give everybody at least 1 game. I'm gonna change around our spectators. But just don't forget to add a T or an H in your Switch name, and then open up Splatoon 2 so we know what team you are on. It's just for the convenience. It's been a while since I've done a custom Splatfest, so I'm not used to seeing the whole team tag thing, but we're slowly getting back into it. There's the K&M Splatfest this month, there's going to be another one in October, and our Splatoon-themed Subfest in the middle of October somewhere. So we got 2 custom Splatfests at least in October. I'm really excited to be doing those. And I can't say the themes, but I'm really excited for this next one. And there's no 3x battles in this stream. I just don't have the thing yet. But just be sure to fill out the form and then add an H or a T in your username. Because that is your way of contributing towards the popularity contest, and every vote makes a difference. You could be that one vote that could break the tie in this custom Splatfest, because the popularity, from what I'm seeing so far, looks really close. So it's gonna be probably the popularity that decides this outcome. So this is gonna be fun. Ooh, that had to hurt. That had to hurt right there. Mario Wolf with the dynamo right there. He's pushing in some effort for his team. Actually, while I'm at it, I might as well update that Nightbot again, because I know he's off on his one-timer. He's got a grammatical error on one of them, so I'm gonna fix that real quick. So I'm gonna fix up Nightbot real quick, since I'm spectating most of these matches. I'll play and fill for either team that does need a player, if for some reason it's so easy. But I don't think I need to worry about that this time. I mean, the popularity is rather close. Instead of something like, let's per se, Ear versus Tail, where once I was much more popular than the other. Reminder. There we go. Now I get to correct your grammatical error in this one. Already, once Nightbot does that reminder timer again, it should be up to date and correct. Which is good news for us. Because I was like, hold the phone. I knew Nightbot had that error for the longest time. I just never had the time to sit down and adjust it. Because I keep forgetting when I'm off a stream, or I'm in the middle of a thing on a stream and I can't do it right away. So, yeah, I had to fix that up when I had the chance with me. Welcome, Dark. You're not too late at all. We're only about 15 minutes into the stream time. We did start a little late because YouTube was messing up the first 5 minutes of stream time. But how you doing, buddy? It's Takeaway versus Homemade, the K&M Splatfest today. Popularity is actually rather close, but we're not too far into stream time. How are you doing? It's looking like Team Takeaway struggling. This final 30 seconds could be what makes the game, ladies and gentlemen. Are Splatfest tees mandatory? For the K&M Splatfest, they are not. You do not have to wear a Splatfest tee for this particular custom Splatfest. In my Subfest, however, at least one person on this team needs to. But we're doing the K&M Splatfest today, so you do not need to wear your Splatfest tee replicas today. You do not need to. You can if you want, but they're not required. Because everybody has different rules. Like as I said before, in my Subfest, which we're taking September off for because we have issues going on with that, one person on each team needs to wear it, and a match at a time. But otherwise, okay, Homemade takes this one, not required. But for the K&M Splatfest, no, not required. You know, when you think about it, it kind of is. But Homemade stuff is made at home. Takeaway stuff is, well, you can take it out to go from a restaurant or a fast food joint. All that stuff. So Reaper's back in the game, and I'm gonna need to pick somebody else to spectate. I'm sorry, I just picked at random. Can one of you Homemade people sit back so we can get into a 3v3? Preferably not Reaper, because he just spectated. It's just so we can make the match a 3v3. And I picked at random our spectator. It's just so we can make it a fair 3v3. I mean, you Homemade people decide who sits back. Preferably not Reaper, he just spectated. But I'll let you guys decide. You're full-grown adults. Well, you may be. I trust you guys are mature enough, or I'll just leave it at mature enough to make these decisions yourself without having an adult supervise you over it. I sound like a parent when I talk like that. But we got cheers. And be sure to like the stream. Be sure to like and subscribe to the like the streams, not the stream. Like the stream, yeah, like the stream. Like the stream. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to know when I go live on all the things I do, including all streams and all uploads I do. We're doing a 3v3? Yes, we're doing a 3v3 this match because somebody on the one team backed out. It's just because somebody on the takeaway team disconnected. So it's like, let's just have someone sit back on homemade so it's a 3v3. It's just so we could get them as fair as possible. And may the better team win. Okay, Mario Wolf's sitting back. Thank you for doing that. I don't know what song is playing actually because my TV's on the low side. It's just so you guys don't hear an echo. But I was assuming it was playing Merc Warfare. You're dressed as... Hold up, let me actually take a look at that. I want to actually take a look and see. Holy crap, you're right. You are kind of dressed... Holy crap, you are dressed like Mosh. Except he doesn't use the dynamo. But I could see you dressed up as Mosh in this situation. I could see you dressed up just like him. Really cool. I just want to take the quick peek. And it's looking like homemade is the best dish is a homemade dish. Wait, you see an Epi? Is he in here? Because I didn't see him in the chat, or unless he's hiding somewhere. But yes, Epi is around. He just doesn't really stream anymore because, well, he has his reasons. That's part of what the whole we had to fix the Subfest thing started with. Because he just announced at their Restaurant vs. Fast that he was going to stop streaming. At least for a while. And I'm okay with it, because he's got stuff to do. This is also our first custom Splatfest since the 5.3.0 update. We did technically have chicken versus egg, but that was an official Splatfest, not a custom Splatfest. It's looking like team... Or looks more like heavy. Oh, I see what you mean by that. I could kind of see what you mean as far as the gear. I could kind of see what you mean by that. But I think they both dress about the same. That's what I get out of it, that they dress about the same. Don't you mean you're expecting some puns? Okay, I had to. But after the stream ends, because I'm the final streamer at the K&M Splatfest today, I'll be sending you guys to that premiere. After that, I don't know. Maybe we'll just end it there, but I definitely want to take you guys to the premiere, because there's going to be a lot of you guys here, that's for sure. Preston, welcome. How you doing? We're doing the K&M Splatfest today. Takeaway versus homemade. A lot like the Restaurant vs. Fast Subfest last month. Ooh, this is really close. But I think homemade got it. Yeah, homemade definitely took this. And there's no 3x battles in this stream because I was a little lazy to get it this time. But I'll figure things. I'll get it for the next the next K&M Splatfest I do. I'll get that in time. But let me back out, recreate the room. And then check for friend requests, which I might get some, you never know. My notifications are turned off for it, so it's really difficult for me to know if I'm getting friend requests or not. Let's get our passcode 0920. Gotta stay hydrated. I need to get myself a quick bottle of water. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta set up the maps, and then I will... Actually, I'll get the team set up first, and then I'll go get myself some water. No, not Zone of Glass. There we go. Random map. I'll wait for you guys to get it, then I'll set the teams, and then I will go get myself some water. Ah, I see you got yourself the H Red Octo. Nice job, thank you. We got 2 takeaways and 2 homemades. 3 takeaways. Anybody else need to... Does anyone else on Team Takeaway need... Anyone else in here on Team Takeaway? Anyone else? Galaxy Pup, welcome. We're doing the K&M Splatfest today, takeaway versus homemade. Be sure to vote in the forum and then add a H or a T in your name so we know what team you are on, and then you can join in for some battles. But everyone's welcome to join. Just be sure to follow those 2 simple things. Just fill out the form, add a T or an H in your name based on what team you voted for. And at that point, we're just going to be having some fun. But be sure to vote in the form that the bot's providing, and then send me a friend request through the Switch so you can join our lobbies. We have 2 homemades and 3 takeaways. We need 1 more homemade that we could get a 3v3. I mean, even if you can't join the lobbies, you can at least still contribute towards the popularity contest by voting in the form. So, you can still contribute towards the fest in a way by just voting. Even if you can't play a match, you can at least vote. We need 1 more homemade. And then we could get 1 more of each to get a 4v4. But if we get 1 more homemade, we'll get a 3v3 going. We got 2 takeaways and 2 homemades. This could be a minor issue. Actually, I'm gonna go get myself some water right now, since you guys are still trying to fill up the lobby. Gotta stay hydrated. Always take some always bring some water with you. Gotta stay hydrated. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, we got 3. We can get a 3v3 going. Wait a minute, you're supposed to be on Team Takeaway, not Team Homemade. There we go. 3v3. Gotta head out to Splatoon. I don't know if you're still here, but thanks for stopping by. I will see you soon. I want to make sure my mic is... Yes, it is. I wanted to make sure my mic was turned on first and foremost. I might just continue this for a 3rd game because we only have a 3v3 going and there's not a lot in here right now. And I am sure, let me check who's live. I'm sure Squirrel and Vibrant are still both live right now. Yes, they are. They are both still alive. So I'm sure one or both of them will probably send the people over to make our Splatfest lobbies a little more fun and engaging. And hopefully we get ourselves to the Shifty Station at some point. Bryson Coleman, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? We're doing a custom Splatfest today. The theme is takeaway food versus homemade food. Speaking of, I just took a piece of food out from in between my teeth. You are welcome to participate. Just be sure to fill out the form. Use !vote so the bot will provide you the link to the Google form so you can vote. And then after that, be sure to add in H or a T in your Switch name so we know which team you are supporting. And then you can send me a friend request. Use an !switch for my friend code. I'll take friend requests between matches. Just let me know when you do send the friend code. Not the friend code, the friend request. And then you can participate in lobbies after that. I know it's a bit of a process to get in a match, but it's just so we can keep people from going on other teams. And so people are playing for their own side, unless we need people to sit back or volunteer for the other team to make lobbies balanced in players and whatnot. And I reset like every couple rounds, so there's still plenty of time to get inside matches and whatnot. And we're only about 30 minutes into the stream. I'm gonna end at 7 o'clock EST, which is about 2.5 hours from now. So there's still plenty of time for some Splatfest action. And this is not the only custom Splatfest I do. I'm gonna be doing the K&M Splatfest for the next few months while they're still going. And then I got my own custom Splatfest, the Subfest, returning in October. So I hope you guys are excited to get more custom Splatfest stuff going. Because the next official one is not until January. There may be one sooner, but I'm not sure. But we do know there's a Mario-themed Splatfest coming in January. Mushroom vs. Star. Team Star all the way for that one, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. But that's not till January. That's a few months from now. And it's looking like Team Homemade's doing pretty impressive action around here. It's been a while since I've done a custom Splatfest, so I'm slowly trying to get back into it. Team Homemade, not Team Homemade, Team Takeaway might just be coming back from this one and get their first win of this stream. They might have won in other streams, but I have not been paying attention to all those in legitimate honesty, and thank you, Bryson, for the subscription. We're almost at 2,300. We're like 15-ish away from 2,300. The goal is still 2,500 by the end of the year, and I really think we could get there. We're almost at 2,300. I hope we could break that today. I don't expect to do it tomorrow. Yeah, that's definitely Homemade's victory. Team Homemade's doing pretty well out there. And then it seems like we got... Let me check our teams. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Homemades and 1, 2, 3 Takeaways. We're going to need a Homemade to volunteer for Team Takeaway. Does anybody want to do it? Which Homemade player wants to volunteer for Team Takeaway? I can otherwise just pick at random. Thank you, Speed, for volunteering to do the other side, to go on the other team. Oh, I thought I put the wrong person on the other team, but thanks, but that's a relief. But Speed volunteered first, so I put him on Takeaway. Team Takeaway could use some victories right now. Speed has the crown and the wrench, a moderator who's also a member. That's something you don't see all that often, but this is gonna be fun. I'm more of a Homemade guy myself, but like I said, I like both, but I just like Homemade more than Takeaway, but I like both. You might be hearing some chugging or whatnot with my water. Just gotta keep hydrated and all that. But I hope everyone's excited. Well, we don't have any multiplier battles in this, because I was lazy to get the 3 times per Mosh this time. But I'll be sure to remember it by the next K&M Splatfest next month. But here we go, in a battle at Arowana Mall. where you could buy some homemade takeaway food. Okay, that sounded completely wrong. Well, you do see restaurants in a mall, even if it's just a couple fast food joints, but still. Here we go. It's the battle of the ages. Takeaway versus homemade. I do think the green and the orange do complement these scenes rather well. So that's good. Ooh, that Ultra Stamp came at a very scary place. But that was really well timed, Red. The Octo Red. I know a lot of Reds and I know a lot of Blues. I guess it's a common online name. And Team Takeaway is kind of struggling. Preston had it really rough because he was a blaster right in somebody else's face. One that kind of goes a bit far, so you had to get like dead direct, or just hope the enemy's just so unlucky. So that's just really tough luck on his part there. And Takeaway's gonna have a lot of work here if they want to come back from this battle. For now, I don't think I have to really worry about resetting the lobby. I'll just have to change which homemade player is going to be on Team Takeaway, unless we do get a fourth Takeaway player. But Takeaway did pull themselves out of danger a little bit, so that's good news for them. Oh, this could be Takeaway's one chance to push back for victory with that triple they got. Unless Red the Octo has anything to say about it. He's really scary with that sploosh and that hammer. Looks like Homemade's still gonna take this victory. Yep, they put themselves in. They put Team Takeaway in danger, so this looks like another Homemade win. Caroline and Cinemochi, welcome. It's not a Subfest today, it's a K&M Splatfest today, which is our Subfest sister custom Splatfest. It's takeaway food versus homemade food. Which would you rather prefer? This is organized by Mosh, but be sure to fill out the Google form with exclamation vote, add a tier and H in your Switch name. And then I have no idea what Sebastian's team is on, so I'm just going to reset the lobby just in case. And then I'll check for friend requests while I'm at it too. I got one. I'm going to check for Teason. I don't know what team you are on because I only see I don't see an H or a T. But I need to make sure you have an H. Make sure you need to have an H or a T in your Switch name. It's just because it's a K&M Splatfest today and I want to make sure you guys are on the right team. So I'm going to set this up right, get our maps decided, as I'm told by the Mosh Plays himself. I'm sure he'll be here at some point. Thought it was a Subfest. I could see why you be mixed up on it, Cinemochi. It's been a while since our last Subfest. So I can understand you being a little thinking it's one, but the next one's going to be in the month of October. We got our 4 homemates already. But we do need 4 takeaways. Okay, we got 2 takeaways. We need 2 more takeaways. If need be, I could put one of us, somebody could not sit and play for Team Takeaway if we get too many homemates. We do have 4 homemades already. We just need 2 more takeaways, and then we can get a match started. If we do get more homemades, we can have more people on home. Somebody play for the other side. Sebastian, what team are you on? I don't even know how the heck he got in the lobby anyway, because I don't recall him in my friends list. We do have a 5 in here. Got a 4th what? Did I say 4th? You probably misheard me or something. I was just saying I said we got our next Subfest next month. That's what I said. Unless you heard something completely different, we got 1, 2, 3 takeaways. We need 1 more takeaway or a homemade could play for a team takeaway. So, unless there's anybody else on team takeaway. Oh, Red Octo volunteered. Thank you. Red 2, 3. I'll spectate. Everyone else is on team homemade. Conductor, welcome to the stream. It's K&M Splatfest tonight. Or rather, today. It's not night. Be sure to vote in the Google form, and then add a H or a T in your Switch name so we know if you're on Team Takeaway or Team Homemade. That's the theme for this Splatfest in particular. What kind of food would you rather do? Would you rather have takeaway or homemade? That's just the theme this time. And just be sure to vote. 1 contributes towards the popularity, and 2 shows that you can play, that you want to play in this event. And it really has been a while since I did a custom Splatfest and whatnot. Because we had chicken versus egg a month ago, and the custom Splatfest has been a little quiet with the official one not too long ago. But as far as we know, the next official one's not until January, so that's a little while from now. Yeah, a little while from now. But here we are on Trash Boat herself. And once this stream does end, I'm going to send you guys over to my premiere of the Chicken vs. Egg compilation, which my editor and I spent a good month working on that, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that video. It's about 15 minutes long, so I think, and I got to watch it a few times, it's really well put together, I think. Really good, I think so. So I'm sure you guys will like it too. And then we should get back into some Splatoon action later this month or something like that. Well, I did a collab last night, and we did Summer Round earlier today, and we're doing this K&M Splatfest now. I think next week's gonna be quiet on the Splatoon side. Let me double check my schedule for next week. You're on the road, gotta go. We'll see you later, Cinemochi. We'll see you when you do get back. We'll see you later, hopefully. Have a good outing or whatever it is you're doing. Let me actually take a quick look at my schedule for next week. Yeah, I am taking off Splatoon next week because we got the Lucky's Tale finale tomorrow. We're gonna continue Mario 64 on Monday. We're gonna be doing Smash, I think, on Friday. Let me double check. I know definitely Smash is gonna be one day next week. Yes, Smash is Friday, and then Animal Crossing on Saturday for the bug off. So that's my schedule for next week. We're gonna start with Lucky's Tale over. We're gonna start our next Let's Stream, which is gonna be the Mario collection. I'll have 2 Let's Streams going at the same time because Mario's gonna be a while. It's 3 games. So that'll be fun. Well, Lucky's Tale was a short game, to be fair. Team Takeaway is actually doing good for a round. So that's interesting to see Team Takeaway actually doing some for actually having a game for once. And I need to make sure I record that homemade victory there. You're on Team Takeaway. Be sure to have a T in your name, Conductor, so I can put you on the right side. Just be sure to have that T in your name so I can put you on Team Takeaway. And I'm sure in a couple weeks' time, you guys will learn about the next Subfest, which that'll be really cool, good news too, because man, it's been a while since I had one of these. I'm sure Sasha Shadow had to take a little bit of a break from that. But we're gonna have the next one announced in a few weeks, so that'll be fun. And it looks like Team Takeaway takes their first victory of the stream. We'll see what Judd says in the end. Yep, Takeaway takes their first game in this stream. I don't know about the others, but it was at least this stream. Between Dark and Red the Octo, Team Takeaway had it pretty good that round. And I don't know what Team Sebastian is on. Is Sebastian on Team Takeaway? Whoever Sebastian is. I'm gonna assume he's on Takeaway, so I'm gonna need to pick another spectator. This is gonna be tricky. I don't think Mario Wolf spectated yet, and he's played for a while. The ship, it's set to random, so I can't decide for sure if we're getting a shifty or not, unless I let the game pick it. Beat, there's a T at the end. Well, since there's a T, he's Team Takeaway. Say, I just missed the T, and I was just like, who's Sebastian? But if there's the T, that's fair. If there's the T in there, I do see the T at the end. I was just like, who's this? I wasn't sure if it was somebody in the chat, but but I mean, they do have the T, so they are following that. They are following the T at the end of their name. Because the main thing was a T or an H. That was the main thing to take away from that. But we got 16 people. It's probably going to go a little higher. But I'll still reset every 2 games. So I'll reset after this round. I'm going to check friend requests before the match itself begins. I probably have just the one. Yeah, just the one. Which is that person does not have an H or a T in their name. So, skip. Ding. And we're in Albacore Hotel. We're going all over the place with this. But here we go. Another battle. Another chance to see both teams play very well for themselves. Ooh, it's looking like a really good battle so far between both corners of the battlefield, so I'm sure we're going to see things going great. I mean, I don't know how to reword that and all that. But I'm really excited to see how this battle's going to turn out. I for some reason thought I saw someone disconnect, but nope, it was just somebody died. I don't know if Speed decided to go for a swimming lesson or something else. Team Homemade's doing pretty good pushes here. I think both sides have it fairly balanced. Pretty nice technique of that gal there. Well, the gals are RNG shots, more or less. Pretty explosive bubbles there. Seems like Takeaway's having a pretty tough time right now. Wow, Red... Oh, wait, that was Preston. I thought that was Red Doctor, but... Regardless, everyone's putting a lot of crazy effort in this match. There's not just one person standing out above all the others, like certain people in the last Subfest we did, but we're not going to speak about that. We're going to speak about this. The here and the now. Because that was then, this is now. This looks like a victory is going for Team Homemade. That wipe definitely sealed the deal. But 'twas good, 'twas good. It wasn't all too terrible. That was round 2, so it's reset. So it's time for the reset. Not 8, 0, 9, 2, 0. Let me get everything all organized. Let me make sure I pick the right stuff this time. Please give us a Shifty Station game. That'd be really kindy. That would be rather kind of you. Not everybody wins every single game. There are some that are just dangerously close. It's just kind of like a love-hate relationship with Splatoon at times. We got 3 homemades, 2 takeaways, 3 takeaways, so we could get a 3v3. Unless more people... Okay, 4 homemades. We just need 1 more takeaway that we could get a 4v4 going. 1 more takeaway. That's an understatement. Just avoid rank X and you'll be fine. We just need 1 more takeaway. Anybody. Any old person for team takeaway. Or if we spend another couple minutes without anybody, I can fit and fill in for it, but... Let's fill in for it. As anyone else on takeaway wants to play in the lobby. We just need 1 more takeaway. We just need 1 more takeaway. It doesn't matter who. Okay, thank you. I was about to start the game, but I see you guys got that. Homemade, homemade, homemade. Homemade. And the rest of you guys are takeaways. I mean, there's places like Rank X Solo Queue or Scrims where you aim to take the win. But in the end, these streams... In the end, these games on streams, these custom Splatfests, these private battle streams we do, these salmon run streams we do, these streams that alpha streamers do, we do to engage with our audience and have fun. It's not about a win or a lose, although some people sometimes use those as a way to get free wins. But in the end, we use these to have fun. But that's just how I see it. The streams in the end are a way to have fun. Yes, you could use it to get better in practice, but don't take the game seriously. Just have fun with it. I mean, there are some people that come to our streams that are a little over the top. You know what I mean, without having to point any names at anybody, but aside from that, we just play the game for fun. And I still am surprised we have not gone to Shifty Station. Who's using the Explosher on their team? Oh, Red the Octopus. It's not every day I see an Explosher. An Explosher is one of those weapons I am tempted to learn. But I suck with Sloshers. It's probably going to be like a challenge mode weapon for me or something. It's like, Subspace is challenging himself by using an Explosher. But I'm like, that's going to be for eventually, just not today. Maybe I need to come to somebody for some tips and whatnot on an Explosher. I mean, the Splatling is my strongest weapon. I also use Dualies, and I started picking up the Splatbrella, like just before Chicken vs. Egg, which you're bound to see some Brella clips in that thing. And I also use the Dynamo. So I have a variety of things. Something I'm going to try eventually is trying an Explosher. It's just going to be some time before I sit down and get to use it. I mean, I also use some shooters, like, I'm trying to think of ones I use. I'm trying to think of the ones. I used to do Jet Squelcher, not so much anymore. There's also, I know the one I use most of the shooters is like the Junior. And then there's also blasters, if you consider them as shooters. Mainly like Rapid Blaster. Range Blasters just seems a bit tough for me. Well, it's fun, it's just a little hard to get a lot of kills with the Range Blaster, but I could do well with both the Rapid Blaster and a Rapid Blaster Pro. But those are just things for me to think about for the future and whatnot. And I used to play the game competitively, not so much anymore because of my work schedule and complications with my teammates. I mean, a couple of them I get along well with, but there are others that are like, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna hear that, but we're just here to. I'm in the game in the end to have fun. The comp thing was just a little side thing for me, but once my team started taking it a little seriously, it's just like, I get you guys want to play the game seriously. I can't be there all the time, and it's looking like Team Homemade's putting up a lot of pressure. And then hopefully we don't have to separate people that are doing exceedingly well, but I haven't had to worry about that issue just yet. But it's seemingly like Homemade is doing a lot of victories here. But now's the time for me to decide the hardest part. Picking a player to spectate. I know Preston hasn't spectated, and he did the last couple lobbies. I just want to give everybody the shot. You hate this map? Well, the maps are set to random, and it just picked this one randomly. And we are limited to 3 shifty stations. I'm tempted to, at this point, just pick one of the shifties by manually. But I definitely think you guys are gonna like what we got for the... I don't know what the K&M team's got planned for their October theme, but I definitely think you guys are gonna like what the Subfest team has planned for the month of October. In terms of theme, how it's gonna work, and what we're gonna do with the whole Epi being gone thing now. So I really think you guys are gonna like that. Before we do start the next match, I gotta definitely take a quick BRB moment. So see you guys in a couple seconds. Oh, just in time for the match to begin. Just in time to see the battle begin and commence. Wasn't sure if my doors were closed all the way. Dually Squelchers, thinking back to weapon choice, Dually Squelchers one I want to start trying out again. It's just, I've been a little scared to use it since it got nerfed in the update a month ago. But it's just something for me to think about since try to adjust to the hitbox reduction. Yes, it is. I just get a little scared thinking that my voice can't be heard, but I see the thing going, and more or less 90% of you guys are playing in the matches right now. So, but yeah, with you guys playing in a lot of those matches in the match, there's not gonna be a lot of you talking right now. But the membership is there if anyone wants to do it. It's not required, it's an optional thing, but you do get some nice benefits and perks if you do become a member. I do need to I'm kind of am in a way tempted to update that trailer, but I more or less had to update my community tab and whatnot with, oh, here's what we got now with our memberships. Since they do update every so often, and here's what the changes to the since they got updated. I really have no idea who's winning right now, because it's looking more or less even. This game is fairly even. I don't know who won this, honestly. It's mostly gonna come to Judd at this point for, oh, here's who won. I think that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna come down to Judd. And he says that, okay, that was a bit wider than I was thinking it was gonna be, but Judd says that takeaway won. Nice of you guys to get another victory there. It's just crazy to think about this sort of thing coming in and playing all that. Let me check friend requests, and then I'm gonna reset the room. It's still that one guy that doesn't have a T or an H in his name, so I'm just gonna leave that friend request be. That would be why I'm not able to pick colors. It's in the daytime mode. We got 1, 2, 3 homemades and 2 takeaways. We're just mostly waiting on our other players at this point to hop aboard the lobbies. We are at 3 and 3, I think. 1, 2, no, 4 and 2. We need another couple. We need another takeaway or two to fix this, to fill this lobby. Unless one of you homemates wants to go take away for a volunteer in 3v3. Yeah, we got 5 homemates. We're definitely gonna need some takeaways. Let's see. Homemade. I'll play for takeaway, and I think Red the ought to also volunteer for takeaway. I'm playing because there's not enough people to, because we needed to bounce out the lobbies. Now to find this gear that works for me here. Hard part's trying to find myself a shirt that'll be good. If we do get another takeaway, I'll go back and spectate, and we can have another person volunteer for takeaway. Passcode is always going to be 0920. I don't know if I really need to worry about resetting the room at this point anymore. Oh, that still got you anyway. distracting enough, I suppose. But hopefully it's good enough. That, I definitely think you guys got that one. This is a definite homemade win. By that much? What? Judd, it was not a 0.1 difference. It was not a 0.1, Judd. That cat's drunk. It was not by a difference of 0.1. Judd is drunk. It was not by 0.1. Wonder where all the other players are. We're not getting a lot of people on takeaway here. Jeez, I don't think Takeaway even won more than once so far. Come on. Give our team a chance. Give our team a fighting chance here. And just like that, we're getting a vibrate. I might need to put my pro play in action now. I need to separate some of you homemade people. I definitely think I need to separate some of our homemade people. This takeaway only won once so far. So, that was just like a repeat of Restaurant versus Fast. So, if this keeps happening, I need to separate our pros, regardless of whatever vote you guys put for. I want our teams to be balanced and even. Not have a repeat of like, oh, one team won every game in the entire thing that we saw so far, practically. That's what it's looking like to be. So, I'm gonna have to start separating our pros. Because I am not having a repeat of Restaurant versus Fast and a K&M Fest. I'm sure because I don't want people complaining to him that, oh, one team won all the battles again or something like that. Because that was definitely a thing in their stay versus travel. It was a 75-25 win rate. It's looking like that's gonna happen again here. If not worse. How many do we have so far? We got one takeaway. Yeah, this is the problem. We only have one takeaway. Okay, 2 takeaways. We only have 2 takeaways. This is a problem. This says, I'll do takeaway. We're gonna make Preston play for takeaway. Separate the, and I forgot the colors. This is our way of separating the pros. And then Reaper will be doing takeaway on the next game. It's separating the pros. So not all the pros are on the one side the entire time. We still got the teams right even though the colors are completely wrong. I need to figure out what the heck it is I'm gonna do for my support. Again, we haven't had any shifty stations that we're halfway through our stream, more or less. At least the teams are set correctly, even if the colors are not. This was, I believe, one of the European colors. Have a good swim! Three ink mines going off at the same time. We had 3 ink mines go off at the same time. Does anyone know when that disconnect was? Because I saw at the end there was a disconnect. How far in the match was that disconnect? Because I know Red the Octo got me quite a few times. And if he was the one to disconnect... And while I'm at it, I might as well set the colors right for a change, instead of having teal and brown again. And I'm gonna take a look at friend requests, which... Okay, we got 2. Please make sure to have a T or an H in your name for this custom Splatfest. It is takeaway versus homemade. Put you on the other. Put Preston back on his team. Think it's time for shifty. Yeah, no, I might as well. I might as well force make it a shifty in the next when we reset the stages again. Yeah, it's 0920. That's what the passcode is for the entire thing today. I definitely think I'm gonna have to force it into a shifty next rotation. Who's winning so far, Splatoon? Takeaway just won their second match of the entire stream this past round. I hate having to force a shifty, but we've not gotten it yet, which is... what? I cannot tempt Umbrella, but I'll leave it here just in case I do need to figure out an option. What shifties are there? It is Long Shocking, Chronicles, and Mace Dasher. From what Moshput said, those are the shifty stations in this KM. The Rollonium, the Zappy Drums, and whatever Mace Dasher has. Because that's one I've not seen in forever. Port Mackerel. And I missed who our vibrators were, but thanks for vibrates. It's probably just the usual Hap, Vibrate, and a couple others from his chat. I was not in your hammer. I was not in that hammer attack. There was a DC. I'll sit back to make this fair from that disconnect. I will just be the one to sit back. Just covering teeny tiny droplets back here. What do you mean I can't use the thing on the sponge? That DC was like a little more than a minute in, but I still sat back to give the other team a fight. Oh, and I don't need to reset the room since there's not enough 8 people. Just checking friend requests, and it didn't look like we needed to separate anybody again. I think Mario volunteered for the other side. Ah, welcome back, Speed England. So we can actually have another person play, but we're gonna need 2 people to play for takeaway, which is gonna be crazy. We need takeaways! But yeah, I'm still surprised we have yet to get a shifty station in this whole thing. I mean, I get the randomness, but come on, give us a shifty station at this. I'm like, game, at this point, I just want to see a shifty station happen. At this point. Passcode is still 0920. If your internet does cut you out at one more time, Red Octo, I would recommend you look into seeing what's with your internet if you disconnect one more time. Because I'm thinking it's probably something to do with your internet if it kicks you out again. If it doesn't, the situation has been resolved. And again, your hammer never touched me. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep separating Preston and Reaper at this rate. I think you two need to be separated. Just so Team Takeaway has a chance at taking games here. Yeah, we're concluding that we're gonna have to separate the 2 of them. Because if they don't, it's gonna be Homemade Takeaway gets base evaded in 30 seconds and they cannot escape. So we're gonna have to make sure, so those 2 are gonna be the only ones that keep on spectating. So regardless of how many takeaways and homemates there are, they will be separated here on out. And then we'll just have a takeaway spectate in the meantime. Nintendo, and if... Hey, first time we ever get a shifty this whole thing. And the map was even set to random this time. But if you guys are wanting to participate, just fill out the form, send a friend request, and have a T or an H in your name. I haven't had to reset the room for a while. But if there's anyone else that wants to play, just let me know when you send me a friend request. This is definitely something I will have to let Mosh know about. Because I don't want his K&M Fest to suffer what my last Subfest had. So, like, have him aware about it so they can also work out some kind of a solution. This separate the pros thing is the only thing I came up with for the time being, and this is kind of, in a way, the guinea pig to see if it was gonna work. I keep on thinking that Pearl side is on the left, because I'm used to it, but no, Marina side's on the left. Well, when you look at it this way, Marina side's on the right. I just also realized this is the shifty station that had these particular colors for the North America side, at least. So this is in a way a bit of a blast from the past. Takeaway pulled themselves out of danger. They have a little bit of chance left to do this. It's not much, but they got a chance. But with two of them down, it's looking like a near impossibility. What friend requests do I have? Okay, it's just those two. So I haven't really seen much of a need to do it yet. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we got 4. We could do a 4v4. What's happening, Pixel? I won't make you spectate again, but I'll make you spectate this time. Oh, of course, this map again. Just trying to figure this out. Trying to figure this out. We're lucky it's only 2 people right now. There could be situations where it's a lot worse, like 3 or 4, and that would be a lot harder. What am I gonna use? I need to figure out, because a lot of you guys are using Splatlinks, and that doesn't look too promising. That we're using a lot of Splatlinks. Will I be able to get to my other Splatling gear in time? Simon says, actually, yes, I will get to it in time. But there's 20 people watching, so there's a lot of people to get matches going. The only thing I was thinking of is, like, they could be on opposite teams, but, like, have them switch the teams each match so they're both playing for their own instead of 1-1. Because that'd be just practically killing the purpose of the vote at that point. So it's like, this is a tough thing to figure out. It's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to figure either. Survived the first bomb out pandemic. Oh, you guys got the kill before I got to throw my own bomb. Oh, and I did not mean to fall. Did not mean to fall. I'm keeping tally, but wow. But be sure to vote and then add a H or a T in your Switch name so we can put you on the right side, because welcome, calm, panic. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. We see people leaving, so I'm just not sure how to make this work. We have 1, 2 takeaways and 4 homemades. So this is not going to be easy. Pass is, I believe, 0920, if anyone's trying to get in. I'm gonna check for requests again. I shouldn't be able to get okay, I do have one. Oh, thank you. We actually have a takeaway. We actually have another takeaway. Thank you. Red's volunteering to go for a takeaway. Just want to make sure we have enough people. We have. I think we could get a 3v3 going at that point. We have 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to figure this out ahead of time. We got 1, 2. We got 4 takeaways and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 homemades and 4 takeaways. I mean, the lobbies are. I mean, not the lobbies. The teams are balanced. Just trying to think this through. We can easily get a match going right here and now. I'm gonna check from requests as I probably. Okay, I do not have one. I haven't seen anyone confirm if we had a Bonk Choi or whoever that other friend request is in here. There's Mosh himself. How's it going? Welcome, Mosh. Still going on. Okay, we have. Okay, I know your takeaway because you had the T in your name, Sebastian, earlier. I know you're on takeaway, but you have an H in your name. You had a T earlier. So, nice try. You ain't fooling me. You ain't fooling me with that. I'll spectate. We'll get this match going. But good morning to you, Mosh. How you doing, my Australian buddy? Well, one of my Australian buddies. How's that? How's it going for you? Same, but good to see you, Mosh. I don't know if I should kind of address this here or in the feedback form, but we may have a one-sided situation in this K&M Splatfest. Takeaway only won twice in my stream so far, and I'm like, that, I don't know if it's a little concerning. So I'm like, do we need to figure out a way to separate pro players that do exceedingly well? Because this is the first I'm noticing it for your side at the fest as well. Because I thought bring that to your attention. I don't know if it's been happening anywhere else, but I just started noticing it here. But let's see how this match turns out to see if Mosh thinks I'm going crazy or not. I mean, I'm all team homemade, but I'm like, I want both teams to have a chance and fun. We'll talk about we've been, and it's still not working. Because with what we see here, this is going to be tough. How are we going to balance this? It's not even been a minute, and That's scary. So Mosh knows I'm not going crazy with this thing. How much longer till the highlight? It's once this K&M Splatfest stream ends, which is, I believe, a little more than an hour. I did start about 5 minutes late because YouTube was being stupid. This is gonna be hard. Because I don't know what Mosh would do in this situation. Because I'm in legit honesty stumped, and I have no idea how to go through with this idea. And if only 2 people did a little more than 200 points of turf, that could be a part of a situation. I'll have to reset the room at this point, because I'm not sure who's who. If 2 people only got like 200 points of turf, this is gonna be tricky. Because I don't know if those people were actually kind of playing seriously if they only got 200 points. Pass is 0920. Are we doing the... Oh, wait, let me check friend request before I get too far. I probably got some. Okay, I did not. I just had to check. We got 1, 2... We got 3 takeaways. And 1, 2, 3, 4 homemades. And I know Sebastian was a T earlier in the stream. And yet he's not a... Listen, because I know Sebastian was there earlier. Listen, because I saw that guy had a T earlier in the stream. So let's see where we are. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's gonna be a hell of a game right there. This is really hard to figure it out. We have a 3v3 going, but I am way too scared to get the 3 homemade people going in a match together. From how I see enough past performance. I'm just really scared to have the match go as it does. Okay, we have 4 and 3. We got 8, so we could do a 4 from 4. Recommend a weapon. Can't find any to main. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, we got 1 T. We got 1 T, 2 T, 3 T, 4 T, and 3 H's. Four seems... Are you sure you want to do 3v4? Because I don't want to do it unless you guys really want to. Yay, the bot updated from Kayla to Amy. Hero Power, welcome. I apologize for you walking in the middle of this. Okay, we got 1, 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just start separating the people as they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, we actually have 5. This means we're gonna have a takeaway play for the other team or spectate. Because I thought we had 4 and 4, but it's apparently 5 and 3. This could take some time to figure out. This already, Finn, we'll see when you do get out after this game. Oh, this is gonna be hard to figure out. The teams are balanced here. We got Pixel playing for homemade. Hey, we'll see you later. Oh, this is gonna be hard. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Saying if we do put the other player in the other team, we're going to need another takeaway to go in the other team, but this is going to make things very complicated. I guess I'll just have to do the random weapon. Not the random weapon, the random number. One of the... Then who on team Takeaway's gotta volunteer for the other team for this round? I'll just pick at random, I guess. I really have no idea what else to do. Making things tricky. I'm gonna have to talk with Mosh after the stream and figure out what the heck we're gonna do here. Hopefully Takeaway can pull some matches in here. Wait, is this the first match of the rotation, or is it the second? I really lost count. I have no idea if we're still in the first game of this rotation. By rotation, I mean the lobby, or not. Because I spent all this time trying to figure out this balancing act. Yeah, this definitely can be a bit of a problem. I see somebody on Takeaway just make that 2 people just sitting on back in the base for Team Takeaway. Because I see their dualies just sitting in spawn. Not doing anything. We'll see how much turf that dualies did. A little more than 200. Well, that dualies did a little bit of work, but... Well, this is... 1, 2, 3... We got 3 and 3. Next time, alrighty, we'll see when you do get back. My other suggestion is for the homemade team to go random weapon. That's the only other thing I could think of at this point. I'm at a loss at this point. If you change your name to something like that, it's just gonna make you look really salty. So don't. It would help if you were actually turfing for your team. Because I am legit getting concerned for Team Takeaway at this point. I could play for takeaway if I absolutely have to in these last 45-ish. Someone just gave me, like, some winter clothes. Wait, is my thing actually on? Yes, it is, thank you. I always get scared when I get somebody giving me something in the middle of a stream or something else like this happens. I'll go by the turf count for this match and then see what's going on. Because the only thing I could think of is I'll play for takeaway, we rotate Preston and Reaper, and then Mosh can fill in the last spot for homemade. That's the only thing I could think of. I can't think of anything else. Because I'm running out of ideas. We have 7. I'll try it this way. I'll just give something a try. I'm just giving this a try. I am so sorry to Mosh that this had to happen in the K&M Fest. I mean, none of us thought this was gonna happen today. Except I actually managed to switch in time. Saying I was not expecting this to happen. Well, none of us were. so fast. Yeah, Tetris has a bit of a faster rate. A fire than normal. Well, even with the random generator, Team Homemade still won this round. So we can have a... We're gonna need a fourth person on Homemade if we're gonna make this balanced. Because if I go on Homemade, that's definitely gonna make things way too one-sided. I mean, and we've only gotten Shifty Station twice. Only gotten Shifty Station twice in this entire thing. I mean, I do see the H's. I'm assuming the H and the Hawk are. The H and Hawk is for Homemade. What's the password? It is 0920. Today's Australian date is the passcode. Don't be wrong, there have been a couple close games like that .1 win for Homemade on that Moray Towers match, the .1 win. forever to get that one guy out of there. Apologize for not looking at the chat, just trying to pay attention to the game here. Which I'm doing terrible with. I mean, that was a win for Takeaway, but I'm sure they still did a lot more work. Do I have any friend requests? Let me check. Like, which I don't. It was from somebody that doesn't have a T or an H in their name. Let me try putting the teams out. For T, then I can put you on that. You know, Mosh, if you're still here, can I intentionally pick a shifty station? Because we've only gotten shifty station twice in this whole thing so far. And it was the exact same one. It's not been a shifty station otherwise. So Mosh, if you're still here, can I intentionally pick a shifty station for the next couple matches? Please and thank you. I get the game's RNG, but geez, this is rough luck. I figured ask before I did it. Because I didn't want to risk breaking a rule on accident. Okay, alrighty. If Mosh says we can do that, we're intentionally going to pick a couple shifty stations pretty much here on out. Since Mosh said it's okay. But Jayways, you subscribed, thank you. Wait, what is your username, Jayways? Just out of curiosity, what is your username? I'm fine with spectating and filling in for a team that does need it. And I didn't get the 3 times thing downloaded because I was a little lazy, but I'll be sure to get it for the next K&M Splatfest I do. I was a little lazy getting the 3 times thing. But I'll try to remember for next time. I just had a lot going on with my collab last night. I was tired from work and I had to stream right away this morning. So I apologize for no 3 times battles. I'll be sure to get them next time. That's okay. I mean, I try my best to help out your Splatfest in any way possible, because you definitely deserve the support, my guy. You definitely deserve the support. You and Amy work so hard to make these things come to life, and I'm just really glad I get to help in that process. Don't look now, Mosh, but Jorian is using your signature weapon. Well, one of them at least. And the one I got from Callie's challenge, the Nautilus. I still believe I disappointed you in that video. I still believe I disappointed you with how I could perform with the Nautilus 79. Because I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with the Nautilus. I consider myself a splat lemming, yet I suck with the Nautilus. Looking back at that, I might want to consider playing with that thing more, just so I can learn the thing. I just suck with the Nautilus. That's a weapon I'm determined to learn, eventually. I mean, we had a bit of a slump for the last 30 or so minutes, but I think it's starting to get back together. And these things will be a lot more faster and entertainment if we can get if we get this whole thing resolved in very due time. This is definitely another homemade win. Jeez, poor takeaway. I mean, Pixel did well with the ballpoint. And since Mosh said we can, we're gonna pick shifty stations. Switch between the two. It's just Mosh said, I asked Mosh if I could pick a shifty station, and he said, yes, I can. So I'm gonna be picking just shifty stations here on out. Because Mosh said we can. So it's just like a, finally, we can play in a shifty station after all this time. It's like, that would be way too controversial, my friend. That's Splatfest idea would be way too controversial. That's what I think, that'd be way too controversial. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Just how it is. From the randomizer. That's why we use the randomizer more than Callie. It's the randomizer. I'm just gonna ignore. I saw that Tri-Slosher fall to his death. the randomizer actually gives hero weapons, whereas, like, Callie doesn't. At least I've yet to see Callie give a hero weapon. If anybody has seen Callie recommend a hero weapon, show me that she actually recommends hero weapons. I've never seen that ever happen before for her. So it would be something if we were to see that out of her. But I kind of don't expect it. Espino, welcome to the stream. How you doing, my friend? We're doing about another K&M Splatfest. Theme is takeaway versus homemade. It's been an experience. I'll just leave it at that. It's been an experience. But be sure to vote. Send me a friend request and then have a tier H in your name. You may not get many battles, but there's still an opportunity to give some voting, to have your vote count towards the popularity. It could make the difference. I mean, with K&M Splatfest at least, battles don't decide everything, because in the last one, Stay versus Travel, Team Stay took 75% of the battle wins, and they still lost! But it's because Team Travel took the popularity and the server experience. But this one has a ridiculously close popularity contest, and I have no idea what the server experience has. That's something I don't know how that gets tallied or whatever. I'm no pro when it comes to that, but it was just crazy to see the team that won more or less every single battle lose the whole thing in the end. You know what? I must have had the teams backwards. I was right about the numbers with one team taking 75 battles. Even if I got the teams wrong, I still got the numbers right. The code's still the same as it was before. The 0920. That's another win for Team Homemade. I'm gonna check friend requests, and then I'm gonna remake the room for the next rotation. Okay, thank you for coming in, Espino. With the H in there. Thank you, thank you. Let me remake the room. And I could care less that the maps and modes have been updated. So let's try to get people that were not in the lobby before in here first. Go to for randomizer. Talk to Squirrel. He's the CrewTuber pro. So let me see. Cabrera, I have no idea what team you are on. So unless you say, I'm gonna put you in spectate. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4 homemates. Make that 5 homemates. And 1, 2. Preston's not even in this lobby. Preston's not even in this lobby. Okay, I see 3 takeaways. We got 1, 2, 3. I have no idea what team you're on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think Red volunteered to be the other side. I just don't know what Team Cabrera's on, so gonna have to keep Cabrera on spectate. Because unless Cabrera comes out and says, I'm Team Takeaway or I'm Team Homemade. But I really appreciate you guys sticking around in the stream and supporting me. Even though we've had this crazy last almost hour of the stream with stuff in the matches and whatnot. The disconnect was at least on the spectator, so it's not going to matter much if it's spectator disconnected. So at least that's nothing to worry about. And I appreciate you subscribing, Jace Ways, although your name never showed up. Your subscriptions are probably set to private. Does it count? Yeah, the only time it worries if a spectator DCs is like if I were to DC, since I'm the one hosting these rooms. But yeah, like a Dark Set, Dark, and Jarian, and pretty much everybody, pretty much all the 3 mods. Pretty much what they're saying is if a spectator disconnects, it doesn't really matter. And I could definitely see you dressed up as Mosh, since I gotta look at you that way. See, Mosh? You have fans! You are famous! You have fans. I'm making sounds as if I were playing the game, but I am not. Dark's in the lobby, so Team Takeaway has a bit of a chance again. Not saying that Homemade was doomed to begin with, but it's the same Takeaway has a bit of a chance now. Wash cosplay? Should Wash consider doing merchandise so we can cosplay as his Inkling or something? I would love to see that someday. Mosh merchandise. I'd buy Mosh Place merchandise any day of the week. This weapon, I don't know how he's done with the YouTuber yet. I was gonna say he's holding up, but that was just him. But that was him over there. I thought he was the one who was hanging out a little more farther, but nope, I was mistaken. We're allowed to be wrong sometimes too. As part of being human, we're allowed to be wrong. I honestly... Did somebody on Homemade disconnect? Not Homemade, Takeaway. This could be Homemade's chance. Switch Splatoon 1. It never made it into this game for some reason. Merchandise? I cannot believe I helped you come up with that, Mosh. You're such a genius! Merchandise. That would be beautiful. I'd buy merchandise. I would buy merchandise. Practice with it. It's gonna take a bit to figure out how to get everything to work, but it will take time, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. Oh, I think there was Red who disconnected, so he had to adieu. I guess. Not sure who disconnected, though. I'm still keeping tallying of the scores, don't worry. Oh yeah, that was Red Octo who disconnected. That was Red who disconnected. We have 8. Actually, I have a better idea. For these final 20-ish minutes of the stream, or rather 15-ish considering the time it is, I'm gonna set it to just the 3 shifty stations at random for the final bit of the stream. But let me count who we got. We got 1, 2, 3 people on team takeaway, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on homemade. So I can play for takeaway, unless one of the homemates wants to play for takeaway. And we'll stick with this lobby until the end. It's just gonna be the 3 shifty stations. Since Mosh said we could do so, and I want each one shown at least once. Okay, that's another homemade, I guess? I'm assuming Hawk is homemade because of the H in his name, but he's also not saying anything either. The stream's gonna be ending in about 10-15 minutes. Oh, you just said you play for takeaway right as I put you in spectate. Next game. It's just Hawk didn't say anything, and that H would make me think homemade, but I'm like, that's part of his name too. So for now, he'll be takeaway. I just want to keep the lobbies on the balanced side. While I'm at it, I'm gonna start linking up my Premiere for in the Discord and all that. I'm gonna start doing that right now, before I forget. Oops, I didn't want to copy that. I wanted to copy this link. Notification squad. Ping notification squad. There we go. Running now back to the stream so I can see what's happening in the chat before I get too distracted. Jump and splash. How did I know you're gonna do a super jump splash down? I somehow just knew you were gonna do the jump and splash down. Wait, what weapon is the hog using? I lost track. Oh, the clash. I should have figured as much. And I shouldn't be putting my own knuckle on my neck like that. That would be suicide. Look at... Wow. I never thought that was gonna happen. I never saw that happen before. Dodge rolling in the middle of one of those dashed steps. Okay, it's looking like both sides could take this. It really is. I honestly don't know who won that. That was really close. I knew it was a close match. I knew it was close. But Mario Wolf did volunteer for their team, so I'll put Hawk at spectate now. And we're just doing shifty stations. I think we'll be able to get one more game after this one for the K&M Fest. Yeah, there goes YouTube saying, your premiere is about to begin in 30 minutes. That's what YouTube's going right now. And who disconnected on Team Homemade? Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Okay, I'm starting to sound like Scooby-Doo when I start saying stuff like that. So can somebody on Takeaway sit back to make it a 3v3? Let's for the K&M Fest. We'll be able to fit one more game after this one. Squid Party. I don't know if we're gonna end it with the party. Probably after the time is up. Depends. But see around Reaper. Fun matches, fun matches. Things just got a little rough. But I still hope you guys had a hope you had a pretty good fun run so far. We're still trying to figure out how to balance this thing. And there goes the poof in the sky. So, don't matter who, but somebody on Takeaway. Step aside. Let the spectating commence. But if we get one more person on Homemade in, we can get the final game as a 4v4. Well, at least somebody on Takeaway sent it back, so it is a 3v3. So I do believe that. So it is at least a 3v3 scenario. So I found out, so today I learned I got 2 weapons I want to learn how to use. Being the Explosher and the Nautilus. So like, between those 2 weapons, those are ones I want to pick up, try picking up and learning. I don't expect to be good, but I want to pick those up over time. So look at the takeaway, takeaway is actually getting some points. They might actually take the last couple games worth of, the last couple matches worth of battles over the stream. But it's still technically 6:59, so we can fit 1 more match. We can fit 1 last match. New outfit. I don't think I was paying attention to it, but... So we got... I think that's 4. I was really hoping it was gonna be this map as the last one. But last match at the K&M Splatfest. It may be the hour, but we got the lobby thing beginning at this point. And besides, it's nothing wrong with the match going over by a minute or 2. So this is the last match of the stream. I'll have to pay attention to your outfit at the start of this match, or... Wait a minute. I can actually go back in time about 3 minutes to see your outfit. Let me travel back in time and see it in the stream itself. Oh, you were using a samurai thing with, You were definitely using the samurai thing. With the golden high horses and a golden shirt. So you're wearing some gold on you. Square Party match. This is the last serious game at the stream. You gotta go get some sleep. See you around. See you later, Speed. I was hoping you could actually stick around for the premiere. That's gonna be in about 10-ish minutes, but if you gotta sleep, that's okay too. We won't force you to stay awake. You can always catch it in the morning, but have a good one, mate. We'll see you around. See you later, buddy. Start posting this premiere link all over the place. And by all over the place, I mean on Discord servers, Twitter, all that stuff. So here he is. You'll see no more. Sounds good, mate. Sounds good. Get your sleep. I'll see you around. Have a good night, buddy. We'll see you around, mate. And then I'm gonna send my scores to Mosh after this thing so he can start doing the math. There we go, I got the link on Twitter, Discord, all that. So I missed the first minute of the match. Even though you're late. Better late than never, Mosh. It's better late than never. And it seems like Team Homemade's doing a pretty good push. Well, it is 1 minute left. 1 minute left of this battle to the K&M Splatfest. It was because we got the this match is in. It was just because we were in the lobby thing when the clock did hit it. When it's like, get your gear and whatnot ready. We were in that menu, so like it technically started when the clock hit 0. But once this match is over, we're gonna wrap up the K&M Splatfest. And I'm sure Mosh and I'm used to saying Kayla. Mosh and Amy are gonna be tallying the scores, even though they spent the entire last 24 hours singing or something like that. Okay, that's a lie. I don't think they were singing, but I'm sure they were doing something. Singing, dancing, whatever, for the K&M Splatfest. Whatever it is newscasters do for their fests. But either way, their throats and bodies are going to be sore from everything, as they now have to do the math on who won. So it's like, let's time to do math. Who won more experience? Who won more battles? Let's find out who won, and this is actually really close. That was a really close game, but Homemade takes the final point. That was a really close final match, a difference of 0.9. Can't go wrong with a less than 1% game. Can't go wrong with that one. Well, I hope everybody had fun with the Splatfest. Because I sure did. I sure had fun with the Splatfest. I had a fun time doing the Splatfest. We had a couple rocky parts, but we'll learn from this. I'm sure Mosh and Amy will take in notes from this to hopefully make things better in their Oktoberfest. And we'll definitely take notes for our own end when we do this October Subfest. So both of those are going to be really good. Hold up, folks. I'm going to get the highlights link for you guys in just a sec. Thank you guys for coming into the stream, supporting the K&M Fest. And let me actually take a quick look at my dashboard before we do go anywhere. This is the link to the video. What are the results? Mosh and Amy had to tally the results. They will announce the results soon. We just don't know when. But we know they're going to be announcing the results soon on the K&M Splatfest channel. So we'll see who won in a matter of time. And as of right now, we are 15 subscribers away from 2,300. 15 away! 15 away! I mean, we didn't break it today, but we're close. We're close. We're only 15 subs away from 2,300. Let's get there. We'll get our 2,500 goal by the end of this year. Really excited. I really appreciate all the love and support you guys are giving. Can't thank you all enough. And I also want to thank Mosh and Amy. I'm used to saying Kayla. I need to get used to saying Amy. I want to also thank Mosh and Amy for giving me another opportunity to help host this K&M Splatfest. The last one of these I did was Bundy vs. Chicken. Now it's April. That was so long ago. I'm glad to be doing these again. It's just things came up in May. They didn't do anything in June. Work stuff came up in July. And August they didn't have one either. So I'm really glad to be back in the K&M Fest mood again. But there's only a few more left, so we gotta make them all count. Hope you guys had fun with this. Let's link you guys to the recent... Let's go to the premiere. My bots and I are I'm gonna link it one more time. Okay, that works. I still got the link copy, technically. I'll see you guys at the highlight reel premiere. It should be starting in about 10-ish minutes. So, hope you guys have a really good time. I'll be back with the finale to the Lucky Tale finale tomorrow, and then we'll play more Mario on Monday. So once Lucky's Tale's over, we'll be focusing more on Mario. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you all in the next live stream or video I do. We'll see you at the premiere. Hopefully you guys can join me there too. It's on Discord, Twitter, all that stuff everywhere. Have a good one. Love you guys. Peace out. Stay safe. Splatoon, the stream's gonna begin in 2 weeks. I may be with a certain somebody in that stream. Don't know yet. But, yeah. Somebody in this chat knows who what I'm talking about. We'll see you guys in the near future. Have a good one. Peace out. Stay safe. Bye-bye.